What's Up Fool Podcast. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today, man. We have Martin Rizzo back from Mexico City. He was there for 11 days.
Yeah.
He got diarrhea once. Rodrigo Torres also got diarrhea once.
He got fucked
over
up.
there.
3 days, bro.
And I guess the moral of the story is, whatever you think they use regular water for, don't drink it.
Yeah.
So if they clean tomato with regular water, don't get tomatoes. If there's an ice cream cone, if there's a place that sells ice cream cones, chances are that water is dirty. From dirty as ice. Anyway, man, moving along. Rodrigo just came back from doing a mega show in Denver, Colorado with Gabriel Iglesias, Martin Moreno, and some dude we don't know.
Woo!
Hell yeah, bro. I was
What's
big
up,
stars, bro. 55 comments and shit, cheerleaders. Came out of nowhere.
High-fiving, dog.
Hell yeah, bro. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fucking cool,
Hell
bro.
yeah.
It was crazy, bro. It was awesome.
We got Don Barris right here
in the house.
who's trying to break the record of right now of wearing the most different types of T-shirts. And he's at number 1,200, I think.
No, 2,000.
2,000.
2,000.
That's a record, no?
For the last 2,000
No.
days, he has been wearing a different
Really?
vintage cool
Yeah.
T-shirt.
I'm going to set the world record. And then I guarantee you, when I do that, everyone in here, they're going to want to suck my dick.
Surprise.
And how do you keep track? Do you you have a pile of all the
It's
used
You know
shirts?
what? Mary Jane helps me out a lot because they're just piles. I've got probably in my apartment right now 3,000 because the record is 4,260. It may be lower, but I've got to go to the Guinness Book of World Record, people. And here's the crazy thing. The guy who set that record, let's see, are you guys basketball fans at all?
Yes.
In 1962, Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in a game. Have you ever heard about that?
Yes.
In Hershey, Pennsylvania. At the end of the game, the guy who holds the record for the most different T-shirts worn on consecutive days was a statistician for Philadelphia. And he wrote down 100 on a piece of white paper, and Wilt Chamberlain held that in front of him. And it's kind of a famous picture now. And the guy who set the record for wearing these T-shirts that I'm after, he's the fucking guy that did it, and he did that too. So he's had his life a cake cushion. So, but first of all, thank you for inviting me on the show today. Did you mention? Did you work with Iglesias?
Yeah, this past weekend.
Did you really?
Yeah, man.
I'll tell you this. I don't know. Do you guys get along with him? If I say something nice, are you gonna be pissed off?
No, I'm not gonna be fine with either nice or bad.
Are you friendly with him? If I say something nice, did he fuck you over or anything like that?
Nah, dude.
He did one of the classiest things that I've ever seen somebody in show business do. A long time ago, he thought I said something and made a big stink about it at the Comedy Store. And then a few years later, he came by the Comedy Store looking for me. He said, "Hey, listen, we didn't get along for a little bit. I just want to say to everybody, life is too short to fuck around with this. And I just want to say I'm sorry." And I thought, wow, no one has ever done that before.
I'm still waiting for one of those.
What's that?
This fool.
So anyway, that's the whole story. I can't go into it anymore. So
Hell yeah.
he's just a good guy, man. And when I heard his name, I thought, "Fuck, I should tell that," and I did. And now I feel like an asshole for telling it.
Also, Don Barris is wearing a hat of the original Mud Wrestling Club and oil wrestling, and I think it was featured in that movie Stripes.
The mud wrestling was, but they filmed it at a different place. But they got a lot of the girls from the Hollywood.
You used to work there?
I used to be the MC. I would auction girls off.
Where was this at?
It was on Western Boulevard.
Explain it to a young man here from the
How old are
Generation
you?
X.
How old are you?
36.
Let me see your dick.
All right,
I want to see how the kids' dicks are.
Oh, by the way, man, he does warm-ups for the Jimmy Kimmel Show just like that.
Yeah,
That's his
hell
opening
yeah.
line.
That's one of my big lines. So I'll ask people to show their dicks. No, but it was a place where people would go and
After
it was-
work?
No, it was
Oh,
during the day, during the night.
Okay.
But it was all female mud wrestling. You could wrestle people in the oil, and it was a crazy crazy.
Look it
place.
up, Xavier. I think you get vintage.
So if you were an audience member, you can wrestle a girl?
Yeah,
You have to pay a
on-
bid.
And I was the guy that would bid on who's going to give me $20 over here, little Bo Peep. I got 20. I was the 30. But we would get thousands of dollars.
Did it start there?
I don't think mud wrestling started there, but the guy who ran it had kind of an interesting story. From what I understand, and all I'm going to do is say it once because I don't want to get in trouble, but the guy who owned the Hollywood Tropicana got his money because he went to an Elvis concert and was drunk as shit, and Elvis's security people beat the fuck out of him.
Oh shit!
So he got tons of money and he bought the Hollywood Tropicana.
He got
That's a story?
Hell
That's
yeah.
the story.
Damn, dude.
got kicked
Yeah.
with those blue suede shoes, bro.
Also, man, you're here with Mary Jane, and there was one time a protest, a 420
Yeah.
protest at the federal building. I think it was before like 420 or something, and I saw her over there by herself, bro, waving the flag, bro. Always been OG. Yeah, I think you might have been a brunette back then. Yes.
Abolitionist over here.
Yeah.
And come here for just a second. She also, kind of a cool thing.
Come on, go
when,
ahead.
Remember when Candy, like,
Come in that little chair, bro. Just sit right there.
Candy was, you could,
Bring it right there.
where you could get candy bars?
We're gonna turn it into the other show.
The first people that got a candy bar was Snoop Dogg and Mary Jane. She had a bar called the Mary Jane Bar. What was it made out of?
One second. The microphone.
You might have to move your
There we go. So I told them how to make it. It was the second marijuana company in California, Bliss, and I told them I wanted the strongest indica hash, dark chocolate, strongest indica hash caramel, and strongest indica hash marshmallow. And my bar was stronger than anyone's. You could not. I dare you. You couldn't eat the whole thing. It was 2 pieces, but you should only eat a fourth at a time. And it was best selling for like, I think 2 years for the awards.
Excuse me just for a second. I'm sorry. I was the one they brought down to interview, okay? And it was nice, but come on, let's shine the light back on me.
Also, Don Barris has the longest running comedy show at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, the
The Ding Dong Show, a
Thank
show
you.
that I would walk in at 1 a.m. on Monday nights in the belly room, and some of my friends were on your show, Little Caesar.
I remember Little Caesar.
Yeah,
He was there for a short period. He
And his
was
brother.
He was a good guy. I love Little Caesar. He's a cool kid, man. Whatever happened to him?
I don't know, man. He started selling cars with his other brother, Big Caesar.
Yeah, all the Caesars formed over at Caesar's Auto Body.
Then you had that guy with a big leather jacket. I don't know his name.
Big Dog?
Yeah, he had long hair.
There was a lot of
up,
people.
dog?
He patterned his life around Eminem, and then at one point, I got a chance to meet Eminem for something else, and this guy's name, who he idolized, but he later got caught ripping off dudes. His friend would fuck the guy, and he would, while he's doing it, he'd go through his pockets and take money, so they got thrown in jail for that.
Wait, he was fucking the guy while the pants were. Wait.
The
Oh,
guy
yeah.
that Big Dog, who
They
was
were a team.
They were a
Oh.
team. See, look at that. You know that kind of stuff. Good
Hell
for
yeah,
you,
man.
No, so he got thrown in jail for a little bit for that. Yes, Mary Jane.
The fun part of that story is Don had just gotten him a tattoo on his arm that said The Ding Dong Show. And then he went to prison for 2 years.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that asked about that. What's this
What's
a
a
ding
ding
dong
dong
show?
Bro, one time I was like I was in Tucson late at night, and I was flipping through the channels, and I saw America Most Wanted, and then I saw this pedophile man who's a regular at the Comedy Store and who's has been featured on Don Barris' Ding Dong Show.
Damn.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I got that. Like how you want to go to sleep, but now I gotta watch this.
Yeah.
So I remember watching this, and I ended up calling everybody, bro. You watching this? He goes, yeah. I go, I don't know who that person is. It was a long story short, bro. That dude was sexually assaulted when he was little, and then later on, by a friend and another guy, and then when he was an adult, he tried to frame the guy, and then the guy molested him again, bro.
Yeah, you're exactly
He
right.
grabbed. Oh shoot!
That story backfired for that fool, huh?
You got molested as an adult like that?
Yeah, you're like your age, your size.
My side.
I have been at the Comedy Store in Don's prestigious Ding Dong show for 20 years, and my only TV credit is me walking up the stairs in that America's Most Wanted episode.
Yeah, I remember they showed you guys
Yeah.
like they showed like a glance, and they showed that one man that was in he was in oh man, he was in that movie oh man, the woman that gets killed in the mountains, Laura.
Cliffhanger.
It was a David something movie. The guy who did Lost Highway. Yeah. Yeah, but he did a movie about in the woods and somebody was murdered down. I can't remember. Yeah, Twin Peaks. Yeah, there was a little person in that movie that he's a part of your Ding Dong show too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember.
He
him
spoke
too.
all his language. He spoke everything in backwards in Twin Peaks, and he was part of your show.
See, I didn't even know that.
I would just like to say that that person was exonerated. The charges were completely false. As soon as it went into court,
Oh damn.
the accusers were
Hold on,
drug addict prostitutes, and it didn't happen. Nothing bad happened.
All right.
He's back on the
let's
show?
not talk about ding dongers who possibly went to jail. Let's, get back. Let's shine the light on me again.
How did
Okay,
you
let's-
start the Ding Dong show?
Well, I'll tell you this.
What year?
And
Tim?
I've seen parts and pieces on other shows that's kind of remind me of the Ding Dong show.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Collection of freaks, basically, right?
Yeah,
love it.
because
I would
the
say-
Ding Dong show. Go ahead, Dom. Sorry.
You know what? I don't say freaks. I say they're characters. We have a bunch of characters on the show, and I saw it as a show where it was kind of beginning to become a reality show. So I had to get people that could gel and that kind of stuff. Oh, jeez. It doesn't sound good anyway.
I used to take dates there like late at night, man. Like when I was super young.
Well, how young were you?
I was like 21.
How'd you get in the Comedy Store?
I mean 21. But
Okay.
it was like 2 a.m, and like either the dates would like it or be like, "What is this?" You know. But
Did they go to the Ding Dong show, or did they see? Because I've been closing out the Comedy Store for years. I'm
we
the last
used to
guy.
watch your show late at night.
Monday
yeah.
night,
Monday
huh?
night.
But
yeah.
every night I close. So if you came on another night, but Monday night's the one for the Ding Dong
Yeah, it
show.
was good times.
And there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna hear this and say, "Oh my God, I have to go to the Ding Dong show now." So thank you for pushing this guy.
Yeah, I used to go. I took my wife there because we wanted to go somewhere where you could still get drinks,
Keep the party
and
going.
we will go there. And I don't know how the show will start, but then you had the live show.
Yep. And we always would make sure that people knew that one audience member tonight will be murdered. And that was a kind of a neat thing that nobody at the time was doing in comedy.
Because you would do music as well, right? A
It
song.
was sing. Everybody sang. It was just a multi-talented type of group of people. So
And somebody would yell out. I remember when you're on stage, and I died. Remember I told you he could do this, and you never seen it. Somebody yelled out, "Don, give me some Bob Hope."
wow, that's
And he
a
would-
long time
He'll
ago.
do a good, great Bob Hope.
I wouldn't say great. It was an attempt.
Because I remember one time we went there with this fool, and he fell off the wagon. And though you had the girls from the Adam Carolla, you had the Juggies there with you one night,
The
or you had
trampoline-
one of them.
The trampoline girls.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of girls would hang out there. Let's not. We don't need to go into what happened that night, though.
Because was Blue Iris part of the crew for a while?
She
Yes.
wasn't.
Yeah.
She was absolutely. She later went on to fame with Howard Stern, and then she came back and passed away during our show.
During the show?
Well, like the night after,
Oh,
or
okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Where are you originally from?
What's that?
Where are you originally from?
A little place called Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Michoacan.
What do you say?
It's a sister city, Michoacan, Mexico
Is it?
state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People from Michigan who are from Michoacan, they just say Michoacan.
Well, they have a place in Mexico City called Tacos Michigan.
Yeah, it's
and
called
that's
Tacos
what they mean is
Michigan.
Michoacan because they do carnitas there,
people are
which is
si-
pork.
People are saying basically it's because it's the natives who's what's it called pronounced it Michigan and then Michoacan. So
Yeah,
Really?
little
Yeah.
bit-
That's
Yeah.
true?
Apparently, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Apparently.
See,
According to
I
legend.
thought a lot of the language in Michigan came from because there was a lot of Native Americans there. And they formed a lot of the names and things like that. So
Saginaw is one, right?
Saginaw, that's where I came from. Saginaw. All right, let's see if. All right, I will
Casino this
give
fool did.
35 cents to anybody that can name 2 celebrities besides myself born in Saginaw, Michigan.
Ooh.
All right, this is 35 cents, and I'm not bullshitting. You guess it right.
Matt
get-
Damon.
Not Matt Damon.
Art Garfunkel.
Art Garfunkel. Great
He's an
fucking
actor.
guess. Great fucking no.
Frank Stallone.
Frank Stallone. No.
Oh, that guy from the Newlywed Game.
The
Nope,
plumber
I'm going
one.
to turn over all the cards. A guy, Stevie Wonder,
Stevie Wonder from Saginaw?
yeah, born in the same hospital I was, and Serena Williams.
I didn't
also
see that
born-
coming.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's not. Yeah, who cares? But there you go. There's the lineup right there.
That's where that company is, DuPont, right?
They have a satellite.
there is a company, but I don't know. It might be DuPont.
Yeah,
I
it's a
don't
big.
know.
We did a show in Saginaw at a casino. We passed by this big plant, and it's DuPont.
Yeah, that was
One of
yeah.
their like divisions, chemical divisions. or
Right, and that was always a little scary place to go because nobody knew. They had these big, thick walls. Nobody knew what was going on.
Yes, and they didn't hire no one from in town.
Did they?
Really?
Is that true?
Yeah, no. The people that from like if you're a scientist and you live in Saginaw, they didn't hire you, but they only hire people like for janitorial jobs, not for scientists.
Jeez, that's the most racist thing I've ever heard in my life.
Holy shit, that's crazy. What? Oh shit. When did you come to LA to pursue? Did you do did you start doing comedy?
Never did comedy in Michigan.
Oh shit.
Moved out here. First place I went was the Comedy Store. First night here, I'd heard about it and I went there. Late '80s.
How did you hear about it?
Specials and things and I just thought, wow, that is the. How did you get out there to the Comedy Store?
I think Johnny Sanchez told me about it.
Johnny Sanchez, good guy. I haven't seen him in a while. What's he up to now?
I think he's in Cobra Kai. He Ralph Macchio stunt double.
You're stupid.
yeah.
Right, my just
Karate chopping Johnny.
season 5 coming soon.
From Tulare.
Well, there's the Michigan side. Let's see, what else do you want to know about Don Barris?
I want to know more about that place. How come? Okay, I know they made a movie about. I mean, they made a TV show about Chippendales. They should make a show about that.
It was a crazy place. It really was. And some of those girls, they're not as cool as you think. Some of them were a little messed up in the head.
Was there prostitution going down too?
That's, you know what? I never really saw it happen,
Damn.
but I heard about it. I will tell you this. There was a guy, maybe the most pathetic human being I've ever seen in my life. And now, I'm going to throw this to the three of you guys.
Ernie G.
There was a girl that worked there. This one guy who was a customer came in to see her all the time. Now, if you've ever been to a strip club, they'll have customers that pay. They're regular customers, and they know that they can always make money. Well, this guy was in love with her, and his dad had some sort of patent, and he made a lot of money. So this kid had a lot of money. He was buying this girl cars. When she got pregnant from Axl Rose,
Damn.
he paid for the abortion. So this guy paid and paid and paid. And today on Kimmel, for the last 3 days, they've had Slash on there.
Damn.
Sat in with the band.
It's badass.
Anyway, so she is one time goes over to her house, and he tells us his story, and I know it to be true. She said, "Okay, I know you want this puss."
To the guy.
To the guy, he says, "You have 5 minutes to do whatever you want." It's a one-time offer.
Oh, and needs one.
And so he can do any. Now, would you take advantage of that? Would you guys go up? You're in a situation. The girl says that you've been in love with her. You've paid thousands of dollars to keep this girl living. And now is a joke. See this puss? I know you want it. You have 5 minutes starting now.
But like, okay, so starting when he takes off his pants, or he
I
has
don't.
to.
Well, I don't.
Oh.
yeah.
I would have just started
Yeah.
munching.
Well, okay.
I feel like if like maybe I wouldn't do it because like what if like it doesn't live up to it and then you're like you stop paying
It's only
for
5
it.
minutes.
How about
5 minutes
you?
will go by like that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing. And the fact is, I mean, how much lower can you get? That's what I'm thinking. Oh my God, yeah. Oh yeah, I want that. And of course, he fucking took upon her and fucked her. Oh, I would not do that. Oh, I could not do that. You're gonna treat me like that kind of shit? No way. Maybe I'm wrong.
You need romance, huh, Don?
Heck, it's just I don't want to be like thought of as that low of a piece of shit by some fucking girl who's
The little corner masturbator.
yeah. That's what it is.
That's what he was, right?
Damn, you got 5 minutes, bro.
Wow.
What would you
Paying
do?
for houses.
In mud or out of mud?
Out of no,
Oh.
it's in the apartment.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Hey, we're here by ourselves. You have 5 minutes to do what you want.
Gotta turn that 5 minutes
Man,
into 15 minutes.
I would have
Yeah.
turned her around, bro, like Robert De Niro and fucking
Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown.
Brown,
Meet
bro.
the fuckers. Oh.
And then sit down with him, my boy, and goes, "That's the spot."
Catching your breath, huh?
I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. Would you do it?
I think that's a lot of pressure, you know, like with each other, because it's like what like it's not. She's not good, and you're not good, and then you're like, man,
These
All right,
guys
it's
Larry,
gonna be
dude.
awkward, you know.
You've got the opportunity to do that. Would you do it?
I mean, I wouldn't have been in the position to pay that much money. Like,
Okay, there you go. That's the truth.
why would I share my shopping money with her? And then why would I be in the apartment and her say 5 minutes now?
Good point. Okay, well, listen. There's my big story right there.
You magically appear.
So how long have you had this place, man?
For 3 years.
3 years.
For 3 years, we're moving now to a bigger place. nicer
Really?
Place.
Is it because you need a bigger place?
No, our lease is up.
But things are going pretty well for you, aren't they?
Things are going good.
Hell yeah.
I'm shooting my next special June 1st in Sacramento at the Crest Theater. 2 shows. Get your tickets now.
Holy shit!
Yes,
You're part
so
of that
that-
promotion.
So I'm
I didn't-
doing that, man.
Oh, that's
And
great.
yeah. So I remember one time you've done a lot of warm-ups, right?
Yes, I have.
Because I remember one time. I don't know. I remember when you're at the Comedy Store, and you always made me laugh because you would say like real things that happened to you in your life. I remember you were doing crowd work, and you asked somebody. I don't know what show it was, but it might have been Howard Stern's show. And then he goes, "You guys ever seen that show?" Of course. He goes, "Of course not. It's not going to get canceled, and I'm out of a job. I was doing a warm-up for that fucking show."
That is. Have you ever seen warm-ups before?
So I remember years ago when I first started doing stand up. I remember I seen you at the Comedy Store, and I saw you, me and my girlfriend at the time, like from high school. We went to taping of the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I
was
remember
there,
you're asking the people in the crowd, you know, does anybody have a talent? And then my girl at the time was like, you go, and I was like, yeah. And I raised my hand, and you're like, what do you do? I'm like, I do stand up. So you had me come out. They introduced me like I came out to do an actual set.
Yeah.
So the band played me through. I came out of the curtains, and I bombed, of course, you know. Yeah,
I said, of course.
but it was fun.
Beginner's luck,
It
huh?
was cool. I was in my house thinking, this is it, bro. I'm gonna get discovered. They're asking me to
Crazy
stay
little thoughts, huh?
They're asking me to stay for the real show, you know. Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna bump a guy. We want you to come out and do stand up.
Yeah. Sorry, new hamburger. Okay.
That's and if I had advice for anybody, if you get into stand up comedy, the best job to have is an audience warm up. Pays really well, and you're doing comedy. Because all you got to do is keep it within range, but you're doing comedy, and that's fun. How'd you start out? When you came out here, you were kind of on fire. So you've been doing it.
I went
long
to
before you came here, weren't
the
you?
Natural Fudge
Oh yeah, I remember that place.
right there, and I met Alonzo Bowden and Freddie Soto, Jamie Kennedy.
That's pretty big. Those are pretty big names.
Yeah, I
for
met
that
him
time.
there.
Really?
I met other people too.
Who else did you meet?
Oh man, that guy we had on the show,
Holtzman?
Cynthia Levine.
Oh, Cynthia Levine.
yeah, the Mooney twins. I met them there.
Did you ever see Paul Mooney at the Comedy Store?
Brian Holtzman? Yes, I met them there too.
Brian Holtzman.
I saw Paul Mooney do some Paul Mooney, bro.
Absolutely, since the Paul Mooney.
I will say this: Paul Mooney to me is maybe the greatest stand-up comic ever. Do you agree? Disagree?
I agree.
What?
Paul Mooney's the greatest stand-up comic
He's
ever.
good.
One of them. Yeah.
I never saw him in his prime.
Well, when did you get out to L.A.?
I grew up in LA.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Did
so
you
I just
fall-
crossed
wait.
the street.
What do you mean, just across?
No,
the
I live real close to here. I would just catch one bus to get to the Comedy Store.
And when did you start doing that?
Like 97,
Oh, see, Mooney
96.
early 90s, mid 90s. Mooney was on fire. That might have been his prime. Mooney was great. And you know what? If you look at it, just about every level of comedy with black comedians, he was part of. Sanford & Son, he wrote a bunch of episodes. He worked with Pryor when he was coming up. As a matter of fact, Pryor loved him so much. When Saturday Night Live came out, one of the things that they had to do, and you can look this up, they needed Richard Pryor because he was the hottest comic in the world in the mid-'70s. So they needed him to be on that show to give it some class. Here was Mooney's demands, that his wife got to do poetry, that Gil Scott-Heron was a musical guest, and that Paul Mooney came on and wrote bits for it. Whoa. And two of the bits he wrote, one was this thing called word association. Now, do you guys know that?
That's the one with Chevy Chase?
Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor going
Yeah.
back for a job interview. But he wrote that. He wrote the Exorcist scene in there.
Is that true? That because I read the SNL book, is that true that Chevy Chase was begging to be on a sketch with Richard Pryor?
That may be true because there was some reason that they got together and they wrote that bit, word association.
Yeah.
So that might be very true. And now, full circle, Kaylee Chase, Chevy Chase's daughter, works at the Comedy Store. She plays the piano.
Oh shit!
And I wouldn't
That's
lie to
crazy.
you. I haven't lied to you guys about anything. Still.
No, you haven't.
Coming in with the facts.
Hell yeah.
So many ding dong show characters have been through your show.
Oh, geez. Quite a damn few. I mean, right now.
Is it all new right now?
There's some new people, and I will say this. It is the worst it's ever been.
It's the worst cast you've had.
Worst cast. Because before, we just had two guys. There was one guy, the Armenian comedian.
Oh, yeah.
He was like a regular at K-Rock here in town.
I remember that guy, Armenian comedian, but I never seen him in person, but they would show him on K-Rock, yes.
Yeah. And
94, 96.
They used him all the time, and it was mainly when Jimmy Kimmel worked there. He was the guy that loved him. And what they did to him, he got in trouble with K-Rock because they played a joke on him, and they told him he was going to be the opening act in K-Rock's comedy thing that they had. They had a big comedy show like they do have the musical shows there. They had a big comedy show, and they told Armenian comedian that he was going to open it. And then they called him the morning before the show. They said, "If canceled you." And he was pissed off, so he started threatening to blow up K-Rock.
God damn.
Whoa.
Cops came down. They put him in jail. Kind of a crazy story. Who was the guy from the boxer from?
Adam Carolla.
No, not Adam Carolla.
Oscar
World
La Hoya.
champion.
Hitman Hearns.
Tommy Hitman Hearns. Do you know anything about that guy?
No, just know he beat a guy named Pepino Cueva.
Yes, I remember that. That was one of his first big victories
Yes.
because he was from Michigan.
Manny Pacquiao bailed Sam the Armenian comedian out of jail.
No way.
That's the truth because his wife had a hair salon in the same place where Manny Pacquiao had his gym.
Right there by King of King of Hearts.
Yeah, near
Yeah.
Santa Monica.
What? 3 clubs.
Really? What the heck?
Yeah,
They had open mic there at Tuesday nights.
Brian
Really?
Swihart.
I never knew
Brian
that.
Swinehart.
Yeah.
Whoa, you guys know everything about the town.
Yeah, because after one time we were doing the open mic there, and we went outside to smoke, and Manny Pacquiao's his manager and trainer, he was pretty wasted, and we were talking to him upstairs.
That was just a cool fucking environment. There he is, because he's a pretty badass boxer,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, his prime was like, what, 2008, 2009?
Bro, one time Don Barrow was on stage, and I was in the back chilling, and I was like laughing at everything that the comics were saying, and somebody heckled him, bro. And then he said, "Who the fuck said that?" And I yelled, and I knew who it was. I didn't give a fuck. I yelled out, "It's a Bushman." He goes, "Great, a man whose career is going nowhere." Fool, we died, dog.
Yeah, see.
Remember the Bushman? He was part of
the
you
Bushmen like to party.
Yeah, remember the African guy, bro, and he was just like Michael Blackson.
Oh, before Michael Black.
No, about the same
Around
time.
the same time, yeah.
But let me tell you this: what he did, that there's no way this Michael Blackston can compare it to.
Taught tennis.
No, what he did is he was on Star Search, the international edition,
No way.
and he won the whole thing
Look
for the
it up,
internet.
bro.
And
Shut up.
who he
International?
beat was Norm Macdonald for the international championship.
There's an international championship?
Because in Star Search, because Norm Macdonald was from Canada, right? So he beat.
I got beat by the Bushman. Yeah.
Oh, there's the
big-
Bushman. The Bushman like to party.
Damn, that fool was the one that beat him?
Before I joined the Ding Dong Show, you know how there's Axe on Venice Beach?
Yes.
Yeah, he was the most terrifying one in my opinion. Because, okay, it was him and his little loincloth. And he had
And he would carry a spear.
a spear. But
Oh,
he had an
shit.
elderly looking blonde lady in a bikini. And I was just so baffled. And she's having a great time. She's dancing and everything. And I was just like, but the way it was set up, and like he had this little tent, I thought he had kidnapped her and held her hostage.
Damn.
But apparently they were just having fun.
Like Tarzan, huh?
A very funny thing about Bushman. Bushman was an older man, and he had his daughter was in her 20s, and he started bringing her to the Comedy Store. And one night I was talking to her, and he came, "Don Barris, what do you do to my daughter?" I said, "She seems to kind of like me, Bushman. I can't help it. I can't turn down the charm. Stay away from my daughter, Don Barris." So, another fine story there.
So he had a regular job, or he was this whole time?
He made money. I mean, who knows how he did it? But there's people, I don't know. Do you ever see comics and say, how the fuck do they keep a roof over their head?
The Bushman told me that he taught personal tennis lessons.
Oh. So private lessons.
You know what? I think
Private
I heard
lessons,
that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Now-
if he
and,
had,
I couldn't believe because I don't think he was stable enough to like sit 1 hour with a person and teach him about tennis.
That was all an act then, huh?
What's that?
The
Him?
Bushman?
acting like a zany guy.
Acting like a crazy person.
One time there was a guy also, I don't know if he was part of the Ding Dong Show, but he will finish. Well, we signed up for the open mic, and after his set, he will panhandle in the audience. His name was Schmo or something.
That's unfucking believable. Have some dignity.
He had like big gums and bad teeth. And I was part. And then fucking what's his name? Big Boy had him on, put him on part 106, and he said whoever makes out with him can win Laker playoff tickets.
Oh my god.
Lean Gene.
Oh, darn.
Yes,
He was a
Lean
former
Gene.
ding donger too.
Yes, Lean Gene, bro.
I was going to say, don't blame the Ding Dong Show for panhandling at the open mic, but Don knows who it is.
It was Lean Gene, huh?
Yeah, and when he passed away, we had do you remember a guy, Peter Chen?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude.
Crazy.
He used to fight with that woman that had a name like Mustard.
Peter Chen. Why does that sound
Gooden.
familiar?
Goulden, yeah.
Golden.
Yeah, he had a fight with Gooden one time.
Peter Chen was literally out of his freaking mind.
Oh my God.
He was passed because Mitzi Shore thought, oh, this is a character he's playing, this Chinese naive character. And so she gave him all this shit. She made him the head of this hotel that she bought. And I had to work there because I had to get my way back into the Comedy Store. And this Peter Chen would fuck with me all the time. One time he called me. You motherfucker, I know it was you. And so
I love his face.
somebody had
Oh my
called.
God.
There
And
he is, dude. Oh my
There's
God.
Peter Chen. He had
Oh my God.
and so what
So
he
that
did
remember
was,
this guy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
is that my picture right there?
Where?
The third row, the third one over from our left.
No.
Okay, I just saw bald head. Anyway,
I lose face.
Peter, yeah, that was exactly what he did. And what we did, we had a Peter Chen roast Lean G memorial. And we had people, Jimmy Kimmel was there giving speeches about them both. It was fucking crazy.
He was always hungry.
Like hungry as a comedian?
No,
or
like
hungry-
starving. I would book him in my show in Montebello, and then I would give him a meal, and then like the trays where the waitress keep their food they're gonna throw away.
Yeah.
I saw him out there eating chips, and I said, "Bro, you're gonna get salmonella right there." So one time, bro, Gilbert Escobar. I don't know if you know Gilbert Escobar, Latino comedian.
Yeah.
He had a show at the VFW on PCH over there in
Wilmington.
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 And Peter Chen, he went up like third, and I went up fourth, and then Gilbert went up at the end. He was hosting, and Peter Chen started going around the tables, grabbing everybody's aluminum can because he's gonna take them home. He would collect the aluminum cans, but not only that, every time Gilbert Escobar got an applause break, Peter Chen would smash a can with his foot.
So they can't hear him? He was making more money than the comedians there, bro.
So
Just can't.
one quick Peter Chen story that's my favorite. Peter Chen would try to fuck with me all the time, and he was crazy, and he had a little power because Mitzi, the owner of the Comedy Store, would look at him like, "Oh, I love this guy." So he'd fuck with me, and he'd get in my face, and I always, because he was a tiny little fucking guy, and he'd get in my face, and I'd always think, you know what? There's two things could happen if I beat the fuck out of him. Number one, I could beat the fuck out of him and I'd get in a lot of trouble. Or two, he has martial arts experience. What if he fucking punches me and knocks me the fuck out?
Right in the
That,
throat.
Sweep
nothing
you
would-
real quick, huh?
Yeah, nothing would be more embarrassing. So one time I was, do you remember Duncan Trussell when
Yeah,
he was
Duncan
the talent
Trussell,
coordinator?
yes.
He was a talent coordinator at one point, and he was outside and I said, listen, this Peter Chen is drunk, and he was out there doing kicks and just doing all this crazy stuff. And so I said, Duncan, if this guy comes over to me, I can't let him get near me because, look, he's trying to kick things. I said, if he comes over there, I've got to fight him, please.
I gotta find
He came over. He tried to kick me in the face. I grabbed his leg. I put him in a two arms and a leg headlock.
fuck.
And I will fucking kill you if you ever come near me again. I'm pushing his face against the wall.
Was he a Ding Dong Show guy too?
He was.
Peter Chen, another guy that had it together when he left the Comedy Store because he hosted the Lotus Festival in Echo Park for many years. Like the Lotus Festival was in Echo Park, and they had like rides. It was like an Asian festival, and he would host the small stage, bro. He would do comedy. No, man, he would do
Peter Chen?
Peter Chen,
Peter Chen did? Yeah.
You like the man over there?
yeah. How about
He's a
Goo,
man
man?
anywhere.
He was fighting with. One time he was fighting with Gooden, bro.
I think it's pronounced Goulden.
Gooden, Gooden.
Gulden.
Hell yeah, man.
What was that all about, dude?
I don't know. What's her? Mitzi passed me at 99. I think I showcased like 9 times in a row or 11 times in a row.
To get your passing spot?
Yeah, but it was back then. Done. It was. Remember when it was back then when it was hard because remember when you were showcased for Mitzi,
Yeah.
but there was Oh my God! It was Peter Chan on one ear talking
Right.
to her
Never shut
while I
his
was
fucking mouth.
showcasing. So sometimes she would pay attention to him, and she wouldn't watch the comedian.
Right.
So when I showcased, I had Marilyn Martinez on one side, and I had Cheryl Shepard on the other side, to distract her from Peter Chan or what's her name? Oh man, I forgot her name. This other comedian that was always there when she was there. Oh man.
Judy Chinchada.
La Boca.
La Boca.
And is that because Peter Chen, they don't want you to get past? Was that like strategy or?
He
No,
just wanted to talk
to her.
Oh my
When
God.
is he ever going to get a chance to speak to her?
It was, and you know what? That was the worst because Mitzi would never see anybody, and she's not passing anybody. So, and you had to showcase 11 times.
Yeah, in a row.
Shit. Why'd you keep doing it? What made you say I'm going to go back there?
I ain't doing nothing, bro. I got nothing else to do. Sit at home doing nothing.
But weren't you doing stuff? Because if I remember correctly, and I didn't know your bio, but I remember when you came along, everybody kind of like, hey, show this guy respect. He's really done some stuff
yeah.
outside the Comedy Store.
I had a TV credit right away in 96, 97, 98.
What were those TV?
It was
credits?
Jeff Valdez, Latino Laugh Festival.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
It was John Mendoza was in it, Greg Giraldo, and Paul Rodriguez, Freddie Soto. That's the one with Brian Holtzman performing. He talked. I don't know if he ever told you that Mencia took the microphone.
What did he do?
Oh man, we were doing the Latino Laugh Festival in '96. Jeff Valdez, Darren Carter, a lot of Comedy Store regulars,
Right.
and Freddie Soto, and it was Brian Holtzman's turn to go up on stage, and then Carlos Mencia came in, and he did a guest spot during a TV taping. He did and then like
Mencia did?
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's, and you wonder why people were upset with him.
You were on Minor Mencia, right?
No.
Okay, my bad. I thought you were.
He I think if anything, the only thing that I used to introduce Brennan, what's his first name, that wrote for Chappelle,
Neil.
Neil Brennan.
Oh.
I used to introduce Neil Brennan as the guy, the creator of the Chappelle Show and Mind of Messiah, because they were the exact same shows. They just did it,
Like
oh, I'm going to do a little comedy. I'm going to do skits. They're the exact same fucking shows. So I gave him credit for creating the Mind of Mencia too.
That's funny.
Hell yeah, man. I remember like when people always talk about the dark times at the Comedy Store. I remember being there, bro, and the Northridge earthquake started the next day.
Damn.
Like, and it rocked. I remember, bro. I was there at 1:30 in the morning, and there was this comedian who brought his dog, the Todd.
The Todd.
I'll never forget because he brought a German Shepherd. And Maria Martinez said he wouldn't do that if Mitzi was here.
No, he wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't have. But that guy was kind of crazy. As a matter of fact,
Unfunny, right?
I don't know. He thought of himself as funny, and he pushed himself, and he told a lot of people that he was funny. So people started believing it. But one of the things that he did that was absolutely crazy, he had been doing crystal meth or something, but fucking ruined his mind and became kind of a zombie.
No way.
And when he was doing this, he went and lived with his mother in Florida. And I had known him pretty well. So he came back here a couple times. And one time he came back and he called me. And he said, I'm in town. Can I hang out? And his mother, I'll drop him off here, and did all that. So what I did is I went and I met with him. But it just so happened it was on a night that I did this movie with Kimmel. And they were playing it at a theater, and Jimmy calls me and says, "Where are you?" And I was with this guy, and I said, "I'm over here." So I told him to stay in this store, stay right here and look at the magazines. And I went there thinking I'd make a quick run in, see the movie, see the people, and leave. He went in there, and I couldn't find him when I left. And so people are looking all over the city trying to find the Todd.
Fuck.
That's the last time you seen him?
they've never let me come around again because I was calling his sister. I lost Todd. I don't know where he is.
Todd, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I was responsible for losing Todd. The Todd.
I remember, man, when I first started, what's the name of the big comic? The Italian guy, Dante.
Dante.
He would do all the impersonations.
Yes.
And what's the name? Luke Torres, bro.
Was big.
Wow, I
Luke
remember that
Torres.
guy. I haven't heard of that name in a long time.
Yeah, and
What's he doing now? Do
He
you know?
lives in
Texas.
Texas, man.
Doing music and
Doing
everything.
music.
Comedy.
Is now people like that? Does he go over to Austin and go to any of those clubs with the Rogans and the?
No, not Luke.
No.
No, he just lives in Texas.
He's like Houston, right? Area or?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he's doing a little bit of that the music. But I mean, I don't know about like comedy.
How did you meet Jimmy Kimmel?
You know what? He kind of fell in love with this project that I was doing. Said he wanted to make it into a movie.
The Ding Dong Show?
No, actually, Windy City Heat, the movie Windy City Heat, and he made it into it. And it became kind of cool because it won a lot of film festival things like that. And it was on Comedy Central, but nobody really saw it. But people really liked it. And Jimmy, who's just a real great guy. I don't know if you ever heard anything about it, but he's just a great guy. And it's like he almost adopted me into his family, spending Christmases and things like that. But he's just
cool.
Fuck yeah, that was my, lucky break, meeting him.
And then you started doing the warm up crowds at the gym.
I had done warm up before. I actually started doing it. I used to open on the road with Dice.
Oh shit! Cool.
Oh,
Right here with Don Barris, right?
And
The
Wheels.
shining Star Detroit.
Give us some
Wheels.
wheels, bro.
You remember
wow,
Wheels?
Felipe Esparza, the guy that never returns my phone calls.
Wheels said that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because he never returned his phone calls. There's a guy. The biggest bullshitter I've ever met in my fucking life.
Did you see that he was in that one infomercial for
This was letting him have
for
it.
fortune telling?
I don't.
Oh my god, dude! I was late at night, and there was a commercial for to call up this place to get your mind read, like your future read, and then like Dom, what's the name?
Wheels?
Wheels. He's at home.
Yeah.
So he goes. He's at home, right? He's at home with all his Goombas, right? And they're watching 9/11 happen. He goes, I was supposed to be at work. Something said, don't go to work.
That's Goomba.
Oh my God!
And it was
You're
part
lying,
of the,
fool.
that was an infomercial for like for something like foreshadowing something, dog.
Like sidekick,
Sidekick.
not side chick, sidekick.
That's
That's a good selling point.
He
right
was a
there.
smooth talker though, cause him and I we did Council Bluff, Iowa.
Damn.
It was a casino and like next to Omaha, and he was headlining. I was just a feature. I was just happy to be there, and he headlined, and he was talking he was flirting with the front desk lady.
Look at me, I'm old man.
He said
The king size bed, bro.
he goes, I think I know you from The Sopranos. Yeah, I was in a couple episodes. I played this. Bro, he had a line down. I played Joey the Sandwich Guy. Bro, it was.
I've never met a bigger liar in my life.
He ended up taking that lady back to He ended up taking that lady from the front desk who worked at the hotel back to his room.
That's hard to do, bro.
Gave
That's
her
like
the
the ultimate
shalom,
right
yeah.
there. Yeah.
He actually, one of his lines, he used to tell people that he was the baby in the movie The Godfather.
Oh my God, dog!
That's a
Oh my God.
that's a good
That's
one.
a good one,
That's
though.
a good ass one.
That's a good
How
one.
can you refute that?
Yeah, well, you
Oh
could
my
look at the
God.
credits, but
Well, I mean, you could fact check that now easily
back
on
then-
your
Oh,
smartphone.
back
but
in the
we're talking
90s, you
20
can't do
years
shit.
ago, 30
Anybody-
years ago.
Anybody consider Wilson from
I was the baby of the Godfather.
He was a little baby in Terminator 2, the one they picked up.
like anybody consider Wilson from Home Improvement? You know, hiding behind the fence the whole time, bro. Like you couldn't. prove it.
Wow, I didn't know he said that.
Oh,
What's another Wheels lie?
Oh my
I'll
God.
tell you this. The
Oh my
biggest-
God.
That's a
The
good
biggest
one,
one
dude.
he ever
Oh,
did
me and Dice.
really fucking pissed me off. And I couldn't understand why people He told me, hey, listen, when I left the Tropicana, I left the Tropicana because they were they were fucking doing some crazy shit there, and I didn't want to be a part of it. So I wasn't liked very much there. So they let me go, and Wheels came in. He goes, yeah, I can get you back in the club.
Oh my god!
And he goes, I'll talk to my buddies, and because he always acted like he was mob connected constantly. So one night he goes, yep, I'm gonna go over there and talk to him. And then right before he left, can I get $10 for drinks? Oh, and I gave him the $10, but just and this is at a time he had nowhere to live. He'd come out here because Dice told him to come out here, but he had no place to stay. I was running Mitzi's Hotel with Peter Chen, that fucking guy, and so I let him have a room for free, and he pulls that shit on me. I just, you motherfucker. So ever since then, my big thing is, yeah, Wheels is in the mafia.
He's a chef over there now or something.
Yeah,
he sells real estate.
He does something, yes.
So what was the plan? He's gonna stay on Dice's stoop or what?
Who knows?
Right there next to the baby chair, right?
He was there. Hey, there's Dice.
There was this comedian one time. I told you, bro.
Who?
I think he was real good friend with Mike Favorman, and I think he might be a school teacher most of the time. Tall, lanky, white dude, comic.
What was his name?
I don't know, but he had this bit. He goes, I was talking to an old comic backstage. He was telling me, what you got to do is find out what the audience wants to hear and build on that. And then, whatever the last comic said, build on that and try to get the audience flowing. He goes, how do you do that? How the fuck do I know, man? I saw Hyundais now. And then he was saying, that man is Wheels Parisi.
Shut up, dog.
It was, dude, he used to always hang around with Mike Furman. He's tall, skinny, white dude, no hair. He looked like an older version of Stewie.
Oh, little glasses used to come out in commercials. Glasses. Oh my god!
Give me a little, because I think I know who you're talking about.
Lanky guy. He looked like
Dave Taylor.
Dave Taylor.
Good one. Mary Jane knew that one.
I think it was Dave Taylor. How did you know?
You got me at Stewie. He looks like Stewie because his attitude's even more like Stewie.
Yes,
the baby from
he's
Family
like a teacher,
Guy.
right? Yeah.
No, he's just a
bro, that guy. Wow, bro.
He's really a bright guy. But Dave Taylor, I got to like, but boy, oh boy, he's another guy. There used to be people at the Comedy Store. You couldn't be a woman and walk through the back halls. These guys fucking, we're animals. And if you didn't submit to their come-ons, you were the dumbest fucking cunt in the world, and they would fucking ridicule you. Yeah, it was crazy.
But when the new management came in, they kicked out a lot of those people, right?
Yeah, they kind of did.
Like Hollywood Jesus couldn't be there anymore, right? Or
I don't think it's because of that. Hollywood Jesus died. You know that.
Yeah, he did pass away.
He resurrected, bro.
Yeah, maybe. The craziest thing.
Was he part of Ding Dong Show too?
No, he was
crazy.
He was a good guy. I liked him. But
Kevin, that was his name, right?
Kevin,
yeah.
Kevin. He called himself Kevin Delight. But the thing that I like more than anything is that, you remember Brody Stevens?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Brody Stevens, a great guy. One of my best friends in comedy.
818.
818 till you die.
Till you die.
What he used to do is, you see, Brody would come in and Kevin Delight would come over and give him this massage, because Kevin had strong fucking hands. But I mean, it was like he'd really get in there. But the thing that Brody didn't know,
get that knot.
Kevin is super gay.
Jesus is gay?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, well, he kind of hit it. I think I don't want to spread something, but I think, because I actually spoke at his wake, I think he passed away from HIV complications. Oh, no. Yeah. So
what's that super gay?
But the fact that Brody, you got it right there.
One more time right here, buddy.
Is that a nail I feel back there?
How do you have so many hands? What's that sharp, pointy one at the bottom?
One time I saw Kevin, the Jesus, Hollywood Jesus, one time in Boyle Heights, because I was at the Mercadito.
He got lost.
No, he lived there. I was like, hey, dude, I saw you right there in Boyle Heights by the Swami. He's like, oh yeah, I live there, man. You know what I hate? all the white people are moving into our neighborhood. I'm like, what?
And what's the name of that comedian that you hung out with the skateboarding from the 80s?
Barry Sobel.
Barry
Oh,
Sobel.
Barry Sobel.
You
He
hung
did.
out with Barry Sobel?
Yeah.
One of his twinks.
He wants to kick it with me all the time.
Yeah, I'll bet he did.
Yeah.
You're
Is
very
he part of the
cute,
Ding Dong Show or the Dingling Show?
The Diddy Show, dude.
Diddle show.
Yeah, well, you can't judge people. But yeah, that was it. When you were talking about the Comedy Store during the dull times, there wasn't a lot of business, but it was like
It was an
the
era.
the
Joe
insane
Rogan.net days.
Yep. Yeah. But the great thing that I was talking about this with somebody the other day, what would happen, and there was a manager, as the club would close, all the managers would leave except one, and he would open the doors back up, and we'd go in and spend till 6 a.m. Wow. There was one room, there was gambling like crazy. One room where I had my fake band playing all night.
That sounds so much fun.
It was
dude.
crazy.
Kevin, Jesus was in the band.
Oh,
He
shit.
played tambourines in the BKO.
So it was Christian rock then.
I guess you could put it that way, but not really, too.
But like that wouldn't happen nowadays. The whole like hanging out there after.
No,
hour.
I mean they're trying to close it
Bro,
by 1 o'clock.
I remember people would hang out even after 6, like he said, and then they'd be drunk, and they'll try to race to see who could climb the wall.
Oh, the back wall.
Yeah, the back wall.
There was a guy, Sparky, this little short guy, that would do it. He'd go all the way up. It's like, holy fuck, don't do it, because that's a steep drop.
I saw this guy eat it, bro. This guy named Skippy something.
Skippy Simon.
Yeah. Chewbacca having diarrhea.
Yeah, yeah, he's still doing that bit today.
What's up? So you started when Sam Kinison was there?
I did start when Sam Kinison.
Did you know him personally?
I knew him personally.
You opened for him? Did you join
I didn't
him?
open for him, but you know what? I got to hang
He
with
was a
him.
sweet man.
No.
No. I heard that Paul Rodriguez told me that.
Who told you this?
Paul Rodriguez told me that he would get drunk and then try to be racist to him, and then he had to check him all the time, and then the next day he'll apologize for everything he did.
I can believe that. I can believe that because he, I think maybe at the core was a little bit racist, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, he was from Texas, which
Yeah.
doesn't mark him as that.
Peoria, Illinois.
Peoria, Illinois. He was born in
Originally.
the same place as
Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
Richard
Right.
Pryor.
Across the tracks, right?
Right. I mean, so it's just like, wow. But he was, did you ever see him perform?
I've never seen him perform live, only on the Rodney Dangerfield specials.
Which was phenomenal.
the
which
best set ever.
Absolutely. The first time that he,
And
have you guys
Seinfeld
seen
on
that?
the same tape.
The
Yeah.
first,
Was he really?
That's the people that Rodney Dangerfield brought up that show are all famous. It was Robert Townsend, Seinfeld, the Dice Man, and Sam Kinison, and the guy that says Jeff Altman.
the guy who did the football material.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe he
It was
because
Jeff Altman, and then the other guy that does Jeff what was another guy.
Yeah.
Robert Schimmel too, right?
Robert
Yeah.
Schimmel was in. There was
Yeah.
two of those specials.
Thank you very much.
One, Louis Anderson was in there. They were really. I've never seen
That much
like
talent.
yeah.
I wanted to
Well,
be a comedian after that, dude.
yeah, it was, and Sam Kinison just like he was out of this world. Came from a place, and I remember one time they had a show. It was on New Year's, the day before New Year's Eve. Pauly Shore had a big show in Las Vegas, and so New Year's Eve. So the next night, but the people were Kinison, Pauly Shore, and Tommy Chong.
Oh, sick.
So they went that, and they did like a rehearsal show at the Comedy Store on New Year's Eve before they went to Vegas. And Sam was just like, they weren't buying him at all. And I've never seen this before. He turned people storming to get out. He turned that into them. I've never seen a comic switch it like that. And he was great. If there's anybody, but they don't have much footage of him. They were going to do a movie. Howard Stern was going to do a movie about him.
There was talks about that. I remember.
Yeah. He bought like a book, you know. And it's a shame because Sam Kinison was one of the greatest comics ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, legend.
One time I was at the Comedy Store late at night. It was that guy. It was a Dice Man was there, Wheels, you,
Whoa, Wheels.
you, and I think Mary Jane and some other people were there. And Robert William Abadaya was on stage.
Aprovia.
Yeah, and then you and the Dice Man were blocking all the chairs. And you were saying, dig 'em, or something like that.
You know what was crazy about that? The first day I went into...
How'd you know that guy?
I'm going to tell you this story. The first day I
Ding
ever
Dong
went into
legend?
Mitzi helped me get him into the Ding Dong show. But when I first saw this guy, I came from Michigan, and I'd never seen insanity. I had never seen insanity real close. No. This guy, Robert William Aprovia, and he had been around. He had been the closing act on every potluck for 20 years.
Up to that point?
Up to that point in the 80s. Wow. So, excuse me, he was 10 years, a decade. What am I saying, 20? But he closed, and everybody, like the first time I ever went in there, I walked into the room, and it was Sam Kinison and Carl LeBeau, Sam's buddy, throwing chairs at him. And he would stop, put his finger under his nose, which I later found out was his protection against Nazis. But I thought, what is Sam doing? Because I had seen Sam, and I thought, wow, this guy, look at him. And I became obsessed with him. That's how I started the Ding Dong Show. Because it's just like crazy can be fun.
And what happened to Aprovia? Did he snap or something? Wasn't he like an attorney, I heard, or an engineer?
He went to school. He went to law school, but I don't think he ever made it as a lawyer. She knows because
I can answer that question. He had perfect grades in high school, and he went to Wesleyan University in California. He did graduate law school. He interned at the Hill Street Courthouse downtown. But there was too much corruption, and he couldn't wrap his head around it. Robert is actually really honest. He's like the honest to a fault. Like, he wouldn't lie to get food for himself or to, for no reason. And so also, just to be a little real, schizophrenia can kick in like either when you're a kid or at around the age 30-ish. And so he graduated law school. He started doing comedy in Los Angeles while he was interning at the Hill Street Courthouse. And he, somewhere in that journey, he started smoking weed, which has nothing to do with anything in the story.
Oh, according to you, but some people say this is the exact reason.
And so then the schizophrenia kicked in, and he started unraveling about 3 years after he started comedy. And
one thing about schizophrenics, if they don't understand, let's say you do something, he's not going to understand why you do it. So in his mind, he has to make up a reason. Like, he didn't like me, and in his mind, he thought that I was working for Jay Leno, because one of the things that Jay Leno had done, he always thought he was going to take over on the Tonight Show when Johnny Carson retired. Robert did, right? And when Jay Leno got it, he thought that Jay Leno skipped over him and fucked him over. And he thought that I was working for Jay Leno.
Oh, it is crazy.
You mean Lemon Jello? Yeah. So the first, when Sam Kinison and Carl LeBeau, they were I'm going to say the word a little skewed, Nazi voodoo conspiracy. That was Carl LeBeau and Sam Kinison. Then there was the Lemon Jello conspiracy. And then a few others after that. But
it's sometimes it's just to find how a fucking creative mind works.
Because he had bits, huh?
What's that? Yeah.
He had comedy bits.
He had tons of them.
They're all like different. He wrote different bits every week, huh?
Supporting marijuana and other political stuff.
Well, the sad thing was, like, I'd say his last 3 years, he died like a year and a half ago or whatever.
R.I.P.
I mean, you could say old age or natural causes, kind of. But his uncle found him in his backyard. He had a little desk office. He would do Zoom on the phone with me and other shows, and he just smiling, looking at the sky. He was found, and but he got really like new stuff every week for like the last 3 or 4 years. Like it was pretty cool.
Who did this for you guys? This is great.
Who did it?
Are the three of you regulars on this?
Yeah.
On the show? Hell yeah.
A fan did it, right? Or like a...
What's up, fool?
Company.
Uh-oh.
What's up? Full dates coming up, bro.
Woo!
You want us out? Is it time?
No.
I'll say one more thing. So my first assignment in the Ding Dong Show when I joined,
Tell us.
Don said to pay attention to Robert and be his #1 fan. So I learned comedy basically from waiting when to clap and cheer at the exact second of every single part of his bit.
Oh my God.
For a second, if we can, coming up very
just
soon in
remember,
Washington, D.C. I got to get this out. At the D.C. Improv, guess who's going to be there? There's still tickets. That show starts at 7 o'clock. That's May 24th. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Improv Club. This one starts at 9:15? Okay. Then the 25th, we're still in Washington, D.C. 2 shows there?
Yeah, 2 shows.
Fuck yeah.
6
Holy
p.m.
shit, look at you. Congratulations,
Yes,
man.
man.
Can I say this? Just give me this because I'm happy for you,
Hell
man.
yeah, fool.
You're a good guy. You're a good guy, and you know what? It's nice to see when good guys do well.
I remember you had a woman that was dressed up like a nun too, right?
Yes.
But she was an
Sister Marie-
original comedian though,
Yeah, well,
from
but
the '80s, right? But she
Right.
she joined the Ding Dong Show.
when she joined the Ding Dong Show, we couldn't understand
remember her,
any
bro?
of her jokes.
She
Her
was a
name
nun.
Yeah.
Sister Maria Bear. And she would have a little ruler.
Oh, well, that was actually the prequel to the Ding Dong Show was Simply Don, the Belly Room program.
Simply Don, that's right. Simply
And-
Don, in the bedroom.
Don's movie Windy City Heat, we did the Big 3 podcast, and now there's Big3premiummembership.com. You can see all the old Simply Don videos, all the public access ones. Yeah.
Is Ari Shaffir's in the Windy City, right? The movie?
What's that?
Ari Shaffir in one of your movies?
No. Ari Shaffir was a fan, and he has a lot of guys that were big fans.
I think Eric Andre was a big fan too, because he has a lot of ding dong type.
Oh, Eric Andre.
And
yeah.
Eric Andre, he has a lot of guests on his show that are like ding dong,
Right.
AK, like, yeah, man.
Like
Fuck
chaotic
yeah.
kind of style, right?
I know he's a big fan.
Well, just so I can say this, one of the things we have what is it? What's the address?
Big3premiummembership.com. That's where the videos are.
Big 3 is that movie Windy City Heat, but we have all this stuff that we shot for 21 years that we put
Wow.
on there, and it's unbelievably funny. So check that out. Tell them how
Is
to
there a
get there.
documentary, or we only can find you on the American Most Wanted?
Oh, it's just America's Most Wanted. But like I said, he was deemed innocent as soon as
Oh,
it
he's
won
innocent,
from
right?
court. That's my only TV credit
That's crazy,
from the Ding
man.
Dong Show.
And when you say a documentary, I was talking to a big guy today, and he said they should be putting a movie together. Can we do that? I could even show it to you if you want.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
How about Big Chewy, bro? Where's he?
Chewy? Yeah.
Remember Big Chewy?
Fuck yeah, I
From the
remember him.
fucking he used to play the guitar once a month at the
Right.
House of Blues,
the
and
House
then
of
worked the
Blues.
door at the comedy store.
And he would there's a lot of non-comics that were parking there, and he found out that Chewy was selling them product.
That's funny, man. You were there when like Eddie Griffin would be there all the time.
I remember the craziest thing Eddie Griffin did, and I'll say this story
Yes.
because this is pretty interesting. One night, Eddie Griffin went up like the show's going to start at 10 o'clock, and they're starting to load people and seating them. Eddie Griffin went on stage in the middle of this, and he never got off.
No way.
The entire night, people are furious. Get this fucking asshole off. And then at the end, he said the only person that waited was me because I was on the schedule. He goes, "Who's the next act?" He says, "Don Barris." "Oh, hey, I didn't know you were here. Let me get off." He stayed the whole night, fucked everybody over. And then I asked him about it later because I would see him at different places, and I said, "Why did you do that?" Just out of curiosity. His answer was pretty good. I didn't move out here from Washington to fucking watch somebody else do stage time. I'm out here 100% for myself. I don't give a fuck what people think about me.
Damn.
I thought that's pretty badass, but but then you get thrown out of clubs, so that plan doesn't always work that well.
Were you there when his bodyguards beat up Brian Holzman?
Was it his bodyguards or
Martin
was
Lawrence's,
it Martin
right?
Lawrence?
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
They
He
did?
said something. They kind of beat the shit out of him.
He got that Elvis treatment.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, dude.
How about that's hilarious, man. You know the Sklar brothers?
Yes. I love those
Yeah.
guys.
I'm gonna be doing their podcast next.
Hell yeah, dude.
Today I did a podcast with a guy, bro, and it was like, oh my god, I don't want to spoil it too much, but he built a race car with a desk, and he drives the front of the car, and then on the other side next to a desk. So it's a desk built into a race car, and we were just cruising, going real
cruising
fast.
on it?
On the street?
Yeah,
dude?
on Anderson Street in the Boyle Heights, bro.
Uh-huh.
And
Who did this?
Some kid named Noel. It's called Laps,
Were people looking at you?
bro. Yeah, but my fat ass. This is why I could never be a race driver, bro. I'm too fat to fit in a race car.
Those little.
Like I have to sit over the seat, and then the seatbelt barely fit, bro. It's funny, dog. We were going fucking 50, dog, in a little car,
Were you scared,
going through the.
Of course.
Have you ever seen the Italian Job, the warehouse? It was that warehouse is in Boyle Heights,
Oh, really?
actually.
Okay.
So we went through that warehouse, bro. Like they made a track. We went coming out of the warehouse. We spin. We broke the tire. They fucking fixed it again. We did it again,
I need
bro.
to see
Wait,
that.
what
I
was
had a-
that?
I had a
What was
helmet.
the sound you made when you went there?
Bro, it was bad.
I need to watch
Bro.
this, bro.
I grew up in Boyle Heights, right, Don? And as soon as I got up the car, I started having flashbacks, bro. Like, I saw this black dude come out of this job. He goes, "Hey, man, is your name Punchy?" "Nah, man. It's Sherm." "Oh, yeah, I know you." And I told him who I was. Then I went to the liquor store, bro, and I just wanted to go in there, right? And I saw a homie that I haven't seen in a long time, And, like, he walks up to me. "Oh, man, I thought they were going to be like a TV crew behind you, and here you coming in all bad and shit." And I said, "Oh, man, remember you? What's your name?" "Esquina, dog." And then that fool, bro, it was like 11, dog. This would have been my life if I would have moved out of the projects.
You would have never done comedy.
Nah, dog. This fool eating a banana, drinking a 40, bro.
God damn, gotta get that potassium, huh?
Hell yeah, bro.
And that malt.
He has to fucking.
Yeah, man. I'm fucking 40.
No, wait a
and
minute.
a
But
Modelo.
why are you saying you wouldn't have done comedy?
Oh, if I would have been just like that guy, bro.
You would've just
Hanging
stayed in
out,
the- if you would've stayed in the
robbing
hood.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That store where he was at is the only store like in the housing project. It closes at 6 p.m.
Whoa. Can I share a story that's pretty
Yes,
fucking
please.
crazy? When I worked at the Tropicana, I went out with this Mexican girl that worked there. Mm-hmm. And the people that
They used to
worked...
put mole on her, bro.
What's that?
She used to dance with mole on her.
I know this. I started finding out things that people that spoke Spanish would call white guys. I'll tell you that. Because there was nothing but Mexicans that worked there. And they hated me because I was fucking their little princess. And doing it well, too. Doing it.
Oh, dog. It's funny. I think, I don't remember. There was not too many Mexican girls working there, right?
At the Tropicana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
Not
Not many, but the ones that were pretty, right? Fool. My friend Ruben, shout out to my friend Ruben Bibi Hadigi.
Yeah, shout out.
I was
Ruben.
with him, and we got thrown out, bro.
Of there?
Yeah, we got kicked out of the Tropicana because there was my friend, like, he's right, bro. My friend started yelling out vagina, but in Spanish, and he got everybody, all the Asians, to yell it out too. And the girl, the Latina mud wrestler, got pissed off, and she like kicked my friend in the chest, and they kicked him out, bro. Everybody was yelling out, "Burro, burro, 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 burro." but it means jackass, and they kicked that fool out, bro.
I saw there was a girl one time. If somebody,
Mud wrestling, bring it back, Don. Come on.
if I could, I'll tell you, there was a lot of money to be earned there. I remember when guys like Shaquille O'Neal would come to that place. Wow. It was so fucking cool because they're really throwing out money. And when money's around, everybody gets hyped, no matter what.
Yeah.
But one night there was like, they brought the Kings there, the Los Angeles Kings, when Wayne Gretzky was on the team. So it was like just a fucking bizarre place. But this girl, what was I telling you about? Oh, I went to this place. I went with her friends one night, and I gotta be honest with you, I was never more frightened in my life. You know that movie, that scene from Training Day, when they're going in there and a gun's put on the table.
Yeah, you got your shit shoved in.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like scared to fucking death. Everybody keeps looking out like they're waiting for the guy with the gun to come in now. But everybody's looking like, okay.
Was Mary Jane there too?
No, Mary Jane wasn't there.
I was too young for that. But when I first moved here, like always in the LA Weekly, there was the Hollywood Tropicana ad. But it closed before I turned even 21.
If you can find
and I think I know why. I'll say that to you.
Why?
Sanitary reasons. There's too many germaphobes now. How are you going to sanitize the whole ring and the mud and the oil? Like, I don't think they'll take it.
I guarantee you could find people.
Yeah. I think
Hot sauce now then. How did you meet Mary Jane?
How did I meet Mary Jane?
How did this
I
happen?
actually met her and her mother at Jimmy Kimmel Live. And I was giving away tickets, and tell them how nice you were to me. I was giving anybody who wants tickets to the Comedy Store, just tell me. And Mary Jane came up to me and said,
"Oh, I didn't say anything. I snatched the tickets and turned and walked away." And then it was the first time my mom came to visit where it's like we were both adults. Mm-hmm. And so then afterwards she was like, "Well, you know, why don't we go stop by the Comedy Store or whatever? What are we going to do next?" So we go into the original room. Nobody's there. First off, Dave Taylor goes up.
Yeah.
His goal is to make any attractive woman cry.
God
I'll tell
damn.
you, my mom is my dad was in the Army. My mom's traveled the world, you know. And he couldn't penetrate. She was just like, okay, whatever, you know. And then Don went up. And so then he got into an argument with my mom over which apples are better, Washington or Michigan. And
"Hey, I'll always fight for what I believe in."
and then I think I'd wandered off at that point because I was like, you know.
No, actually, what you said, and then she said to me at one point, if I wanted to get involved with this comedy thing, if I wanted to try it, how could I do it? And I said, come to the Ding Dong Show. Bingo. The rest is history.
Yeah, man. Were you there when Joe Rogan approached Mencia?
I was in the video.
You were in the video, that's right, huh?
Yeah, I was in the video because I remember watching, thinking, oh my God. And then I walked in front, and that's where Joe was asking people like myself, Rick Ingram, Steve Renazizi, all these people, if they knew if he ever stole anything from anybody. And you see, I used to watch him steal Paul Mooney's act.
Wow. Word by word or just like a...
Exactly. Well, they'd switch one word.
Mexican.
Yeah. And I knew this from working at the Tropicana. You claim that you're Mexican and you're not. And people don't like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
tell,
that they would come up to me, hey, this Carlos Mencia guy, he's not Mexican. Fuck him. Yeah, I got nothing to do with that.
I got nothing to do with that.
It's above my pay grade.
But, well, this was spectacular.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it. And you know what?
You appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Don Barris, ladies and gentlemen. Where can they watch the Ding Dong Show live?
Every Monday night. Mary Jane, why don't you tell them?
Come on, Mary Jane.
Every single Monday night on twitch.tv/Simply Don the Twitch or YouTube channel SDTPN. That's Simply Dawn, the podcast network, SDTPN. And that's live streaming every Monday at 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or please come out to the world famous Comedy Store every single Monday, 10 p.m. Please go to thecomedystore.com in the calendar, belly room, click it, reserve your free tickets, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
How many years have Ding Dong Show now?
It's the longest running show in the history of the Comedy Store.
And tomorrow, what shirt are you wearing?
Today is like
Partridge Family.
Today's the Partridge Family, and I don't know what shirt I'll be wearing, but it'll
What's
be
Up Full Podcast
1,100. What's that?
Give me a What's Up Full Podcast.
I would wear that.
I'll give it to you.
I would do that, please. I would definitely do it.
What's up, Full Don Barris, Mary Jane Ding Dong
in the
Show.
house.
I want to be as big as you, man.
Hell yeah.
I want to get that kind of.
Hell yeah.
How many people follow this thing?
Like 2,500 people.
Fuck yeah.
June 1st, Sacramento, California. I'm filming my 1-hour special at the Crest Theater. I hope to see you there. I'm coming to Naples, Florida. Comedy Off the Hook, man. Go check it out. Also, man, if you're in San Francisco this weekend or in the Bay Area, go watch the homie Orlando Leyva and Butch Escobar. Butch is featuring for him. But go check him out. He's a funny guy.
Hell yeah.
All right, fool. Thank you, Don Barris.
Yeah, man.
God, Todd. Lean Gene.
Don't try to run, don't try to hide.